What's the longest you had a motorcycle?
Man, I probably think the longest I had a motorcycle was about 5 years, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it for me. I don't want nothing old. Yeah, I don't want an old motorcycle.
That's disgusting.
What's
That's
disgusting?
that's
Old?
dis- yeah, that you don't want an old motorcycle.
I don't
Just
want
five
nothing, man.
years?
Listen,
It must
man.
be nice, man. It must be nice. You must be just rolling in the dough. Just rolling
No,
in it.
man.
The
No,
tow
man.
truck
I,
business
I,
must
I
be
just
good, man.
listen, man.
I know you got a fleet of tow trucks 50, 60 deep, but
No, you gotta think about it, man. First, let me ask you this question, man. While we talk about how long do you keep a motorcycle? Me, I don't want nothing old. But first, let me ask you just dragon.
Mhm, mhm,
What
mhm.
is my name? What is my name? Bro,
Lavish.
everything about me got to be lavish. I don't want nothing old, man. I don't, man. You know, I don't want when hey, listen, when they change a body style, I don't want the old body style no more. I
Lavish.
want the new stuff, man.
Lavish. Am I finding out that you're shallow? Is that what we're finding out here? And
I'm
you don't mess with ugly women either?
look, man, I ain't shout. I don't mess with no. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder of a certain type, a certain um 5 years is the longest I've cycle, man. I don't want nothing old, man. I mean, is it anything wrong with an old motorcycle? No, if that works for you, it works for you. Some people they get a motorcycle, it's a brand new bike, they keep it forever. In their mind, they say, I had this bike since it was brand new. I know everything about it. I remember the first oil change. I remember this. Hey, that's good for you. Me,
Nostalgia. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want nothing old.
Absolutely.
Now, if it's a classic and you're buying something because of the whole nostalgic look and vibe,
You don't have a
that's a classic.
57 Corvette or something, or
No, no, no,
you
no. I
collect
have
cars,
I
don't
have
you?
classic. I have classic cars.
Yeah.
I have a 57 Chevy Bel Air convertible, 63 Impala SS
Come
convertible.
on now.
But
Come on.
yeah,
Come
but
on,
those
Lavish.
those listen, those are classic cars, my classic collection, not my main thing. I got it. My primary car is the BMW. I don't want nothing old, man. Is what I'm saying, man. So I don't. The older a motorcycle look to me, they just look funnier. I mean, you see, listen, man. I know a guy that got an '87 FLH Harley, man. You know what that look like?
Yes.
It looks hilarious.
It's beautiful. They're beautiful.
It's
Okay.
old.
Okay. You know what? On the other side, I'm going to tell you guys what I got. So, but let's look at this here. Motorcycles are popular form of transportation. No, they're not as popular as for standard four-wheel vehicles, but some people use them as their primary rides. People talk a great deal about the reliability of cars, but some may wonder how long you can expect a motorcycle to last when you buy one. Naturally, this will differ based on the model, but the same is true for cars and other vehicles. It's important to understand the reliability of this form of travel before going to motorcycle dealerships. So let's see what they say. How long should a motorcycle last? Many people make the decision to buy a motorcycle. However, some may make the mistake of thinking that unless I lost the play. Oh, thinking that even that the best motorcycles can last as long as a car. Sadly, this is not true. According to Saint USA, motorcycle riders should expect their bikes to last somewhere between 20,000 and 100,000 miles in total. Really? That's it? Get out of here. However, bigger options like cruisers and touring bikes can last much longer. Despite the mileage expectations, a few things can make a difference. In particular, as with cars, well-maintained motorcycles can last longer after you buy them. This means changing oil and various filters will help the motorcycle last longer. Properly storing the bike is also essential. Still, most bikes won't last anywhere near as long as the majority of cars. It's also important to point out that miles on motorcycles differ from miles on cars. This difference exists because people usually drive motorcycles less than cars. Because of this, you could have a significantly older bike with fewer miles than why you may assume. It's for this reason that you should do your research when you decide to buy a motorcycle. There are a few reasons that you get fewer miles when you buy a motorcycle than you would from a car. The most significant reason is the difference in the size of the various components. For example, the engine is much smaller than you'd find in a car. This means that it's more likely to wear out before a larger unit would. Additionally, the increased vibration from a motorcycle can impact its lifespan. It's also important to point out that certain behaviors after you buy a motorcycle will decrease its life span. For example, turning over a motorcycle, either because of an accident or other reasons, is extremely common. Naturally, the bike falling for any reason can damage it. So they're saying 20,000 to 100,000 miles is what they would expect most people to get from a motorcycle. And you're right. How many miles a year do you put on your motorcycle?
You asking me personally or just people in
Yeah,
general?
you personally.
I ride the highway, man. So I got, 10, 15, 20,000 miles.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. That's all
And I
right.
mean, and let's say like I want to speak on Harley Davidson because I ride a Harley Davidson. Like you can actually get away with older Harley Davidsons, man. Because they all pretty much look the same,
Not if
depending
you're
on what
not
you
if
want
you're
to do,
going
man.
anywhere. Like if you want to get on the highway and go somewhere, I mean, you need to have a toolkit with you, don't you?
No, man. I mean, you listen, man. That sound like some stuff that a Gold Wing,
No, don't do that.
Victory Rider
Don't,
would say,
you,
man. That's
don't.
that's what that sound like, man. But my thing for me, here's the thing for me. The reason I choose not to want anything old is because I feel like I want everything I have under a warranty, man. And I like to ride my bike. That's simply it. But then at the same time, you can go anywhere from a 2009 preference wise for me, 2009 and up bagger and get the same look as everything else, man, just because everything is interchangeable, man, and it come with the 180 back tire. Anything under like a '08 and down, I don't want it.
Okay, so I still have in my stable. You've seen it. I still have a 1997 Goldwing sitting over there. And did you see my Goldwing when you were?
Yeah, I seen it, man. I seen
Don't do that.
I seen that it
Don't
was
do that. I don't. I don't like.
prehistoric.
I don't. I don't like how this is going right now.
Yeah.
Next to my Victory, I had my Goldwing sitting over there. That bike waxes nostalgic.
So let me ask you this, Dragon, because you just said because I know you got to go when I know you got a Victory. Is Victory still in business?
What are you doing right now?
No, I'm just asking. Is Victory? Are they still in business?
You don't want to do that. They don't. You don't want to do that. I'll talk about.
No, I'm just, and I say that because you have that's your bike of choice.
No, they're not still in business.
Okay,
they went out of business about 5 years ago.
All right, so you still got an outdated bike. So you got nostalgic.
I bet it'll run you down. I bet it'll run what that raggedy thing you riding down. I bet it'll run it down.
I wouldn't want to put your money.
Don't play out. You wouldn't. I'm telling you, young man. I like it when you young people come on here talking that noise.
I'm just simply stating, man, that me personally, I don't want no old ass motorcycle.
Okay, here's the problem. Okay, there is a problem with having a 1997 motorcycle. Here's the problem with having a bike older than, I want to say, let's say 10 years old. You know what the problem is?
You can't find parts.
You couldn't find parts for Victories when Victory was making Victories. They got this place called Witch Doctor that just started making the parts because you couldn't find parts anyway. Then they said they was going to make parts for 7 years. That didn't turn out to work well either. But because Victories don't break down, it's not an issue. You don't have to have a Harley Davidson shop on every corner with a Victory.
Oh man, listen, man. I hear you, man. Hey, if that's your
Yeah,
take, man.
that I'm
If
just
that's if that's how you feel,
I've
man.
ridden with y'all
Go
across
go
the
and go
world.
for it, man.
But here's the biggest reason. If you want a bike that's not made anymore, like a Victory, or you have a bike that's old, uh, if it's older than 5 years old, maybe 10, I'd say maybe 10, or even I don't know where the cutoff is, but somewhere after 10 years, is the shops won't work on them.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that as well too, man. I by me towing these motorcycles, I was kind of caught off guard once somebody called me and they asked about, a shop that they can take their bike to. And I told them, I said, well, just take it to the dealer, man. Take it here. They know that bike better than anybody. And I was surprised. I think it was like last year, maybe 2 years ago. And they said, they won't work on my bike because it's
That's
older
right.
than 10 years. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, wow, man.
That's right. They will not work on your motorcycle. They say they break too much. Like, my bike is a '97, so it's like my Gold Wing is like 30 years old, right? Something like that. Whatever '97 is. How many years is that? 20 some years, almost 30.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody even like, bro. All we got to do is take off the side cover, and we might break the snaps. Now we're got to find you a new side cover, and they're $400 when they used to be $80. Now they're 400 somewhere. So they're not even they. I'm not even going to go into your wiring harness. I might break more going in it than I'm going in to fix. If you don't have, I've got my own lift and my own tools, everything. Because if you can't fix a motorcycle, you don't need an old one at
I
all.
think, man, and then the thing about it is too, man, with these shops and these mechanics nowadays at these dealers, and they won't work on it older than 10 years. Man, it's like, they're mechanics. They coming out of these schools, they coming out of these institutions, and they don't even have the knowledge on some of that stuff. It's like asking a young mechanic nowadays to rebuild a carburetor.
Hmm.
They won't
Yeah,
do it because they don't know how to do it. And you have to go find you somebody that knows how to rebuild carburetors, man.
yeah, and that is a dying trade.
Right. So at one point in time, you can take these bikes. You can take a bike that was 10, 15 years to a shop, and you had the newer mechanics that was coming fresh out of school, and you had the old head guys that was still in there, and they were able to school the young guys on how to do XYZ. And that's why I feel like those non-dealer shops, man, they are the winners, man, when it comes down to it. But on the flip side, with people not being able to work on a lot of these older bikes, for me, that's why I choose to stay in the newer range of things, because I never know where I might break down at, if I
Right.
break down.
Oh, if you're out
Um,
there rolling across the country for real, uh, it's gotten too risky to be on a Victory. It's gotten too risky. I'm gonna have to buy a motorcycle. It's probably gonna be an Indian, but I might buy a Harley. It'd be my first ownership of a Harley.
it'll
And
change. It'll change your life, man. Like it would change your life, man. You get you a Harley Davidson. You're probably gonna get on the podcast. You're probably gonna say, Lavish, listen, man. Let me tell you this, man. I do not know what I was thinking all these years,
well,
but
I
if I
know,
would have known what
I
I know
know,
now, I would have gotten me a Harley years ago.
I know
You would
what
have
I
said
was
that.
thinking. The reason that I never got a Harley is because in when I tried to buy a Harley, the very first time, they wouldn't sell them to black guys, and they told me to go back around the corner and buy another Honda. This happened up in Oceanside up there in California. They wouldn't sell me a bike, and I got very angry and held on to that grudge for a long time. They wouldn't sell black guys Harleys for a long time, so I was just like, "Oh, you want to sell me one now? No, I don't want it." That was the reason that I never really got on a Harley in the beginning. Things change, times have changed, but that's why I never got on one. They wouldn't sell them to us. You
Man,
would actually go to the store And they would say, you would say, I'd like to look at that Harley. Oh, well, they're all signed for. Their. Why don't you go back to the Suzuki dealer and get one like you got right now? They'd actually say that to you.
Man, listen, man. A lot of times can change, man. A
A
lot of
lot of
time,
times change.
it's
I know.
HD, man. It's HD, man. And that's what it is. You ever seen? Listen, let me ask you something, Dragon. You ever, because you've been around a long time, man. Have you ever heard somebody say, "Who is that pulling up on that Indian?" Or "Who is that pulling up on that Victory?"
Yeah, and you know
Who is that guy pulling up on that Gold Wing?
you, you know who I hear say it mostly? Guys sitting on Harleys. Wow, that's a nice Indian you have. Look at that Victory. That sure is nice. But I did that. There was one time in particular that I regretted not having a Harley. I was downtown in San Diego, brand new, and just joined the motorcycle club. There was a guy by the name of Dre down there. Dre is a famous, legendary guy in San Diego biking. He started the Royal Aces down in San Diego. He also started the Hog Riders. Very inspirational guy. He used to ride a Honda something back when we all had the straight bikes, that the race bikes, and he'd ride down the road with the back tire fishing. He was one of those guys. He was one of the first ones of us to move to a Harley, and him and another guy by the name of Gunny. I just bought a brand new 95 Goldwing SE, and they had Fat Boys or something like that. I think they had Fat Boys. We're riding downtown San Diego, and these two girls, fine as a mofo, screamed, "Oh my God, Harleys!" And they ran over. Can we have a ride? Can we have a ride? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And the girl looked at me and said, "Is that a Harley?" And I said, "No." And she walked past me like I didn't exist.
I know it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Two bad San Diego tourists jumped on Dre's bike and Gunny's bike.
Because they knew better. They knew better.
Off they rode. And I sitting there on my brand new, sophisticated Goldwing.
Looking lonely.
Feeling lonely. And that was one time that I wished that I had had a Harley.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a life. Listen, it's a life changer, is what I'm telling you, man. From what you've been riding, it's like I can't even talk about it, man. I'll you got to be a Harley guy to even understand it. Let's not talk about it. I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about it with you, man.
Black says she calls them other bikes fun bikes, meaning funny looking. Oh my goodness. Well, all I say is I don't even have nothing to say. Let's move on to the next.
No. But I do want to give a shout out to every. Listen, here's this. Here's this. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who does not have a Harley, but they still support Harley Davidson motorcycles. And what I mean by that, support Harley Davidson motorcycles, is when I see those Intruders and them Nighthawks and all the other bikes. No, heavens, no, they don't look like them. Hold on, stop.
They sound like they got them trying to sound like them.
No. This is what I'm saying. Man. I want to shout them out because although they don't have a Harley Davidson, they support the Harley Davidson brand, because you see these guys cloning their motorcycles with Harley bags, Harley Farons, Harley tour packs. You know what I'm saying?
They do that.
They go all out, putting all the Harley Davidson parts on these non-Harley Davidson bikes, even Gold Wings. I see Gold Wings with Harley Davidson tour packs on there, man. So shout out to the yes. So shout out to all the non-Harley Davidson motorcycle owners who have the motorcycle parts of a Harley Davidson on their bikes, man.
Black said she saw me riding a victory and damn near fell out laughing. I don't know when she saw me on that. She don't mean that.
No,
she don't mean that.
She probably did. Listen,
what she wants to say, she was transfixed and wanted to get on the bike behind Black Dragon and roll off with him into the hinterlands. That's what she was saying. Yes. Hey, man, this guy here, he got killed. You know who that is?
No, I'm sure you're gonna a rapper.
Yeah, rapper named Fulio. This is in our ongoing news coverage to cover other things as well. This guy, this poor guy, some kind of way announced, his name is Fulio. Rapper Fulio just died, and they say he announced that his birthday. They say he's in some kind of gang war going on, and he announced where his birthday party was. And for some reason, the birthday party had to move or something, and so he got on and told a bunch of people where it was, and the rival gang showed up and took him out. You guys got to always remember when you're in the world, a certain kinds of world, you can't let your guard down, man. Anyway, they found some folks that they were arrested, and I thought this was interesting. Part of they arrested some people, 3 people, and there's some more that are still at large. But the suspects were identified as Sean Gaithright, Alicia Andrews. Are women gangbanging now like that?
You got women, man. These women ain't no joke, man. They ain't no joke.
Well, nobody will kill you quicker than a property in a 1% club. But I did not know that. Wow. So Alicia, she's caught up with him. Isaiah Chance. So anyway, Alicia Andrews, I just thought it was really interesting. They're all such young people, 18, 21, 21. So that it was kind of interesting. But here's the thing. I think they're going to talk about it. Let's hear what they got to say about the poor rapper.
A crime scene taking up this whole parking lot behind me. This is a Holiday Inn right across the street from USF. Here, 4 people were shot, and so were 2 cars. Police say they are also now a part of the investigation. A birthday celebration that took a turn for the worst. Now cars filled with bullet holes are at the center of an investigation to find out why famous rapper Julio Fulio, who just turned 26, was shot dead early this morning.
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
After a social media post from Julio Fulio said he and his friends were kicked out of an Airbnb, they found themselves at this Holiday Inn where hotel guests like Jeremiah Claypool had to be escorted to and from their rooms post gunshots.
I only heard one. It woke me up, but apparently there were more.
Did they really put an ad in here? No, they didn't. Okay, here we go.
Say they got the call at 4:40 this morning. Julio Fulio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was confirmed dead at the scene, while 3 other shooting victims were taken to the hospital. No one has been arrested in connection to this shooting.
We always say it, but in cases like this, it really does make the difference. If you saw something, if you heard something, any little detail can help us figure out what happened here this morning.
For now, investigators will lean on federal agencies and work with hotel surveillance video to help determine how the shooting events took place. Also, interviews from witnesses like Claypool.
We're still going to stay. We're going to find another hotel.
As we continue to find out more information, be sure to download our free WFLA app for the latest updates. Reporting in Temple Terrace, Chloe Sparks, 8 on your side.
I just want to take a moment to, for posterity, of course, I just want to take a moment to recognize Officer Jay Lewis. Woo!
Here this morning.
I could be arrested by this one at any time. I'd be all right. I'd be all right.
I don't want to be arrested by none of them. Hey man, I ain't trying to be arrested about none of them, man. Yeah, man, this story right here, man, this stuff happened, like a month ago, man, quite some time ago or whatnot. But I mean, it's all screwed up, man. These young people out here, man, they living reckless. You don't know what these people got going on in their lives, man. All of the stuff that they be into, man. With these beefs, this rap stuff. And then on top of that, man, I like I say, I don't know a situation, don't know nothing about the guy, never even heard of the dude until the story broke or whatnot, man. But as they say in these rap music, that man, we got killers on deck, we got killers on standby. And these young people, man, they do not live the same way that us of age choose to live, meaning we are thinking about being here tomorrow and being here for our families. And a lot of these new age kids, they not thinking about that. They're ready to die, and they're ready to go to jail. Like, they don't have a problem doing it. I do. And it's sad and unfortunate, man, because this still is somebody's kid, someone's relative. And oh man, I think people just got to be more careful, man, in the way they move. You got other people out here trying to get clout and fame. You got these young kids out here, man. They making way more money than we were making at their age, man. It's easier when they into this music stuff. They can be independent artists. All they got to do is record music at home, upload it. They're getting popular. They're getting these streams. So they're making a lot of cash really fast. And with cash comes, I got the money to do this, I got the money to do that. And then you got people that ride with you, man. So if you got a problem with Lavish, you got a problem with me. And they go after them people, man. It's senseless. No mother should have to bury their child. No father should have to bury their child because of this kind of stuff. It's senseless. It's pointless. I mean, I don't condone it. But I don't want to, I can't speak on the hip hop community like that when on the flip side, what's the difference between them and the bike community? So, it's you gotta think about that. So I can't target him and on the bike set side, the same kind of stuff be going on as well.
Right. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't understand, and I'm a senior citizen now, so I never did really understand how all that plays out. But it all plays out horrible when you're 26 years old. You got $1 million and more than $1 million, and you're singing songs and you're doing what you love. It was just like, when Tupac and Biggie died. Like, why? That you had so much going on. You're living at the top of your life, and you've wrapped yourself into a situation where the words, it's it's kind of like a TikTok battle when TikTok becomes real, right? Like somebody says something to you on TikTok, and now somebody else is giving you death threats. Like, it went from rapping on songs to it got real. And it's the same thing you're seeing like with this TikTok stuff. Like what recently happened to me, you know how many death threats I got behind some stuff somebody got on the internet and said. It is really weird how the mediums we pick that are not real, like music or whatever, internet, social media, these mediums become so important that they play out real in real world where people are. And then these guys also had gang ties or whatever they do in the streets that followed the music, and these folks start following each other. Like Black posted, stop posting where you are. Folks are following these folks from house to house, so from place to place. So it's just really kind of crazy, but that's how it's playing out, man. And
yeah, I mean, because everybody don't have good intentions, man. And when you got people following you and trying to hunt you down, like I say, man, these people nowadays, man, they not living for tomorrow. They living for today. They not thinking about the decisions they make. I mean, when you look at different news clips from different cities, man, when these young people are getting sentenced for crimes, man. They're in the courtroom getting 30, 40, 50 years, and they just like, whatever. I mean, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. When it come down to like sharing locations and doing stuff on Facebook, man, me, I personally, I go live at times, but then a lot of times when I post stuff, um,
It's later.
Yeah, it's later.
Mhm.
I do I do like to post stuff, man, but at times, when I'm going out of town, a lot of times when I post my pictures and stuff, I'm actually back home.
I've
'Cause
done that too.
you got different people, man, with different motives, man. They see you out of town. Oh man, he out of town. He ain't at home. Um, I witnessed, people, me being a 24-hour tow company, man. I've seen guys that will call tow company, independent tow guys up in the middle of the night to get them away from the house so that they can break in their house. So you never know that you just never know a person's moves, a person's motives, people tagging where they at on the regular. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to, but the world we live into, people got different motives, man, to hurt you, to harm you, man.
Well, listen, man, I've had such a great time with you this afternoon or this morning. I wanted to get one last story in, but we're at 60 minutes, so it's probably time to get the hell out of here. Hey, man, I appreciate you and love you, and it's just really great having you on the show. And we will do the same thing, same bat time tomorrow. So you guys make sure to check out Lavish T. Williams on all of his platforms. I should have his platform somewhere here. So here he is, Lavish T. Williams on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can get him on all these places.
I'm laughing at Biker News Canada, man.
What do you say?
You say you don't see the rock bands shooting at each other. They might have a fight. But even those rock bands, when they have a fight, man, this shit is hilarious, man, because it's like, man, it's like a fight, man, and then it's back to like rock on, man. I mean, it's
part of their music is to fight. They jump around the mosh pit and throw each other into each other.
Yeah,
like,
but they're not going out shooting, killing each other, man.
Yeah,
they're not going out shooting and killing each other. Black Dragon, let me say this, man. Anybody out there watching right here on the Black Dragon show, your followers, your viewers that chime in. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a graphic designer that can do some motorcycle artwork for some merchandise for t-shirts, motorcycle themed. I'm looking to get out here, man, with my lavish merchandise. However, a lot of people that I've been coming in contact with, they are not a person of their word. So if you're a graphic artist out there that's into motorcycle graphics, t-shirt designs, could you kindly reach out to me?
Yeah. You guys reach out to them. How can they get to you?
They can get to me on all social media platforms under the same name, Lavish T. Williams.
Or you can send them an email down below at info@lavish.
Send me an email as well. Yep. The quickest way is Instagram or Facebook, because I'm sitting in the truck doing nothing but searching and looking on Instagram and Facebook. But I'm looking for somebody that can do some artwork for me like yesterday.
Outstanding. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day today, man. Take care and do something great.
All right.
Okay, so I'm up out of here myself. Tuesday night is Black Dragons night at the Dragons Lair, 3393 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. Come check me out here at the Dragons Lair, starting at 7 p.m. We'll have some fun down here. You can support the show, $ Biker Prez, and my Cash App is JBunchII. My Cash App is $ Biker Prez, and my PayPal is JBunchII. And just check me out, man. JBunchII@AOL.com. Also, Mike Ball set up my subscriptions, so I'll have my emojis here in the next day or so, and then you guys can subscribe to the channel if you like. All right, that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. I will tell him that Just GQ designs and draws. I'll tell him that, Cajun. So yeah, follow him there, Black. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great day. We're up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in and for supporting me, and thank you for all the folks that have been buying my shirts and helping me to get my my war chest together to go after these people that have defamed me. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Peace, love, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be